What's this? A letter for me.
Welcome to another episode of Remember the Great Sports Through the Mail Thursdays. Today I'm going to go through 3 envelopes recently returned. So here we go with the first one. It is postmarked from Arizona, and it is former Seattle Mariner Henry Cotto, Chicago Cub / Yankee as well, if I'm not mistaken. That's him as a Yankee. On 4 of 4 on some junk wax era cards. That's a 88 tops traded, so not as common as the other ones, but you get the idea. So let me tell you about Henry Cotto. Cotto, born in Puerto Rico, signed as an amateur free agent with the Chicago Cubs in 1980. He would spend 1980 at 19 years old all the way through 1984 playing for the Chicago Cubs. He actually only appeared in 8 games in AAA for the Cubs that year, and he spent 105 in the major leagues manning the outfield for the Chicago Cubs. Well, after the 84 season, he was traded by the Cubs to the Yankees for Brian Dayette and pitcher Ray Fontenot. He would spend the next few years as a backup outfielder for the Yankees, filling in here and there and, being a pinch runner and such because he was a pretty speedy guy as well. And after the 87 season, he was traded to the Seattle Mariners for Lee Guterman, Clay Parker, and Wade Taylor, along with Steve Trout to the Mariners. Well, he got a shot in 1988 playing basically as a full-time outfielder for the Seattle Mariners. And he appeared in 133 games for them, stole 27 bases, and batted a respectable .259. Well, as we all know, in 1989, he came back and appeared in 100 games with the Mariners, but there's this, young guy named Ken Griffey Jr. that kind of needed an outfield spot. So I would imagine that his playing time got diminished a little bit when that guy showed up. In 1990, he would, however, appear in 127 games, which is pretty much full-time for the Mariners, and also stealing, 20 or so bases. By 1991, he only appeared in 66 games, and in 1992, he appeared in 108 games for the Mariners at 31 years old. Well, in 1993, he actually was with the Seattle Mariners to start the season, and midway through the season, on June 27th, he was traded to the Florida Marlins for third baseman Dave Magadan. Well, he finished the year up with the Marlins, the expansion Marlins that year, and he was granted free agency. He signed as a minor league free agent with the Baltimore Orioles for the 1994 season. However, he did not play in 1994 in the major leagues for the Orioles, and he went and played in Japan. After a year in Japan, he came back to the United States and tried to come back with the Chicago White Sox. However, he did not make the major league roster and appeared in 17 games with Chicago's AAA affiliate before he retired as a player. Basically, from 1996 on, he worked for the Seattle Mariners in coaching capacities, being a roving hitting instructor. He actually was a rookie ball instructor for a little while. And then after his time with Seattle, he moved on to the San Francisco Giants farm system, and according to his Wikipedia page, is still working for the organization today. I don't know how accurate that is. He may or may not be working with the Giants anymore, but regardless, I'm very happy to get Mr. Cotto to sign these for me. I'd never gotten him before, so very happy to add those to the collection. All right, this next one's also postmarked from Arizona, and it is former Seattle Mariner Ed Vande Berg / Los Angeles Dodger / Cleveland Indian for a season. And another Dodgers card makes 4 of 4. So Ed Vande Berg, let me tell you about him and his career. Vande Berg, a California native, was actually drafted out of high school, but chose to attend Arizona State University instead. He attended Arizona State University where he pitched, where he was drafted in the 13th round of the 1980 Major League Baseball draft by the Seattle Mariners. Well, before he was drafted in 1980, he actually represented Team USA in the Amateur World Series that won a silver medal in Italy. After signing in 1980 with the Mariners, he made his debut for the Mariners single-A affiliate and went an immaculate 9-0 with a 2.85 ERA in 14 starts. Well, in 1981, he would be jumped up to AAA, but would convert himself to a reliever at that point. Well, in 1982, after a successful AAA season, he would be promoted to the majors and appear in a league-high 78 games for the Seattle Mariners, going 9-4 with a 2.37 ERA. In 1982, as a rookie, he was awarded the American League Rookie Pitcher of the Year award that season. In 1983, he would return in the bullpen, appearing in 68 games for the Mariners that year, posting a 2-4 record with a 3.36 ERA. In 1984, he would return to the bullpen, but he would also become a starter, appearing in 17 games that year for the Mariners as a starter, posting an 8-12 record. Well, in 1985, he would then begin the year with the Seattle Mariners in the bullpen and stay there, where he would appear in 76 games that year for the Mariners out of the relieving corps. After the 85 season, he would be traded from the Seattle Mariners to the Los Angeles Dodgers for veteran Steve Yeager. After the 86 season, he would spend an entire year with the Dodgers. He would be let go by the Dodgers organization and then would sign as an amateur free agent with the Cleveland Indians. He would spend 1 year with Cleveland and then would sign as a free agent with the Texas Rangers. And unfortunately, I don't have a Rangers card to show you here. He split time between the Texas Rangers and their AAA affiliate and their Major League affiliate, posting a 2-2 record with a 4.14 ERA for the Major League team that year. After the season, the Rangers would let him go, and he would sign a minor league deal with the Chicago Cubs and never get a chance to pitch in Wrigley Field, and spent the entire year in AAA for the Chicago Cubs. Well, 1990 rolled around, and the Seattle Mariners called him back, and he decided to come back to the Mariners at 31 years old. However, he did not get to pitch again for the Mariners that year, as he only appeared in 10 games in AAA for the Mariners affiliate. Well, in 1991, he would return again to the AAA affiliate of the Mariners, but not garner a call to the major leagues, appearing in 47 games. Well, 1992 wasn't much different. At 33 years old, he would again, for a third straight season, spend time in AAA for the Seattle Mariners, and after appearing in 31 games and not getting a call-up, he was then let go by the Mariners organization in 1992. After that, it doesn't really say if he tried to play beyond 1992. I don't have that information, but I'm very happy to add this lefty specialist to my collection. I've never gotten him before. Very happy to get these back. All right, so this last one's postmarked from California, and a great signer. I just had never gotten around to ever getting him to sign for me, and that is former California Angel Don Aase on 1, 2, the third Angels card, and a card as a Baltimore Oriole as well. And I actually sent these out. These were out for quite a while. These weren't a quick return, but I sent these out before I had my all-time Orioles set. So, of course, I didn't get my all-time Orioles card signed, but I'm happy to get these back. So let me tell you about Don Aase and his career. Don Aase attended high school in California and was selected in the 6th round by the Boston Red Sox in the 1972 draft out of his high school. At just 17 years old, Aase made his professional debut for the Boston Red Sox single-A affiliate. That year didn't pose too well for Aase, as he had a 0-win and 10-loss record with an ERA near 6 his first professional season at 17. Well, the next year got a little bit better. He had 12 wins and 15 losses in 29 games, and his ERA was just 3.6. Well, in 1974, he was again in single-A for Boston at just 19 years old. He posted a 17-8 record for Boston's affiliate that year. Well, the next 3 years, he would be promoted to Boston's AAA affiliate, and he got a shot in 1977 at the majors when he got called up to the majors by the Red Sox, appearing in 13 games as a starter and finishing the year 6-2. Apparently his hometown team, the California Angels, were quite impressed with Aase, as during the offseason in 1977, the Angels traded Jerry Remy to the Red Sox for Don Aase. So that's how Jerry Remy became a Red Sox. Aase would spend from 1978 to 1982 being primarily a starter his first few years there, but by 1981 and 82 he was primarily relegated to just bullpen duty working out of the relief corps. Well, unfortunately in 1983, an injury precluded him from playing in the 1983 season altogether, and in 1984 he made a comeback attempt with the Angels, and he actually posted a really immaculate ERA of 1.62 and had a 4-win, 1-loss record. Despite having a somewhat good season in just 23 games, the Angels decided not to re-sign Don Aase. Instead, he signed with the Baltimore Orioles. In his first year in Baltimore, he appeared in 54 games as a reliever, posting a 10-6 record and an ERA of 3.78. Well, the following year, in 1986, Aase would go 6-7, but more importantly, he had an ERA under 3, appearing in 66 games, and at 31 years old, made his first All-Star team, and only All-Star team actually, that year for the Orioles. Well, the next year in 87, injuries came back, and he only appeared in 7 games that year for the Orioles. And the following year in 1988, he would appear in 35 games. However, he wasn't as effective as he had been in the past for the Orioles. Well, after the 88 season, the Orioles decided to grant him free agency, and he signed a 1-year deal with the New York Mets. Well, with the Mets, he had a pretty decent season with an ERA under 4, appearing in 49 games for the Mets as a reliever. However, his record suffered to 1-5 that year. After 1989, he signed with the Los Angeles Dodgers, I guess a homecoming again, going back to California. And at 35, he posted a 3-1 record, appearing in 32 games for the Dodgers that season. When it was all said and done after the 1990 season, Aase had a 13-year career in the major leagues as a pitcher. He had bounced up and down in the minor leagues, of course, during that 13-year career. But he finished his career with 66 wins and 60 losses, an ERA of 3.80. So, not a bad career, I must say, for Mr. Aase. Again, like I said, I'm probably going to have to write him again, not in the near future, but sometime in the future, a year or two from now, and resend him my Baltimore Orioles card to get for my all-time Orioles set. But I want to thank Mr. Aase for signing, of course. I want to thank Mr. Vande Berg. I don't know if it's Vande Berg or Vande Berg. I've heard it pronounced both. And I certainly want to thank Mr. Henry Cotto for signing as well for me. All of these cards are pretty readily available if you're looking to write any of these individuals. These cards are pretty common to get your hands on. So thank you for taking the time to join me for another episode. I look forward to your comments below. And as always, happy collecting.